So just been down the dump to see what we could salvage. They had just emptied out most of the skips, so there wasn't a lot there. And I really thought I wasn't going to find anything because there was so little there. But what we did find, I found this mesh, and it's sort of wiry, very thin wiry. And Mike's going to make me some frames like for lids, so maybe some lids for my growing beds. So frame up these and then use it over growing areas. And I did tell my live yesterday I always find flower pots. There wasn't per se any flower pots, but I did get this out of a pedal bin. The pedal bin looked really good, but I don't need one. And it was one of those you press with your foot, and that didn't work anyway. So I just took the innards out, and I use these as big pots or containers in the garden for growing deeper items. And then the last thing I found, I was so pleased with. Mike had to climb in the skip to get it for me. They were all stacked together, but right in the middle bottom of one of the skips there are 4 of these troughs. Now they are very deep. Let me give you some idea of the size of them. There's my foot, so yeah, a good foot high and quite long as well. These are very big, and on the way back in the car I was trying to think what I could do with them, where I could put them, because they're not tidy looking, so they're not for prettiness, they're just for growing. I think I know where I might put them, but that was a very good find when there was so little there. As I say, they're all stacked together. Mike said, oh, you'd probably find they're broken. I'm just looking, this one's actually taller than the others. They're not quite matching. 2 are matching, these 2 are matching. This one looks a similar size but has got more of a design on the side, and this one is actually bigger. So yeah, I might say, oh, they're probably broken. No, all there is this bit here, but as I say, they're for growing in, not for prettiness. Let me show you where I think I might put them. As they're for growing vegetables in, I still have this bed here that I haven't really utilised at all because I've been trying to work on other areas. We have 2 pipes that run into this area, one here and one behind here, so those areas get self-watered. I was going to use it as an extension for my bottle farm, which I can still do along here, which first of all I thought put those planters all along this wall here, or along here, and I have got a hose just over here that reaches. I was like, could put them along there, and then I thought we'll keep that still for the growing naturally, and then where these bottles are, maybe I could line the 4 up, because this really is a dead space. No water gets to this area. Forget those tyres, they don't live there. So maybe just do the 4 in a row there, so that would be more of a different area rather than putting them randomly in this area and then do more growing here. I did start off putting round pots along this wall for herbs, but the snails seem to really like that area with the wall, so still thinking about that area. But yes, I might try lining them up here side by side. I don't know how well you can see, but that would look like a different area. So where the tire is, first one, next one, and then last one where the bottles are. So I might give that a go. Got the tyres in. Well, I've got 4 back in, all with liner underneath. Far too hot now to do this, so I just wanted to get at least this bit done. Dug out as much root as possible. I've taken liner right up the back. I've dug out the back. You can't dig right the way back because it's our all foundation. So roots shouldn't grow back there. And then I'm thinking, hello Mr. Colin Waffles, I'm thinking this one that I had as the extra one that I dug when I was doing the apple orchard and moving all the tyres from there, and I had it at the back of these tyres. I'm thinking about putting it here next to this one by this big orange tree, because that then leaves a pathway. You'll see clearly when I don't have the wheelbarrow here, it needs a nice pathway, wide pathway, easy for the wheelbarrow. If I put it there into another section, so that will remove that. And then I've still got one left because these were backwards and forwards a little bit more, so I can put it on either end. Possibly I'll put it on this end, but I've got no more liner anyway, so that would be a job for the future, because now I used to have to step over this to get to the nursery area, but now I don't use that area anyway, so maybe there. Just wonder if the yucca tree's too near, but I think that'd be alright. That might be good for growing something that really needs shade. And then behind I've got my toilet assistant, my long trough. So I think I'm going to just leave these two for now. As I say, it's really hot. It's the height of our summer already. So those two I'm going to leave. If I do them, I've got a little bit more of this. I don't know what this was. I think it was I think it was an old swimming pool that Mike got from his friend's container, that the friend wanted to buy the container, but he didn't want to deal with the stuff in it, so that might take anything. So I think possibly that's where that came from. I'm not sure. So I've got those all lined up there. I had a tiny bit more bag of soil from digging away here and had to sift through all the rocks. I've kept the bigger rocks just at the back here for a minute, and then the smaller ones I've put into these little plastic water bottles that Mike uses when he makes cement up. So reusing everything in our garden. So those, and as I say, I've got that one left. It could possibly go where this wheelbarrow is, on this end of the tyres. Possibly. I might do that actually, but I won't dig anything out there. It's on a bit of a mountain slope there, so I'll just put a bit of liner, some old lilo or whatever I can find just under that one. I think maybe I'll put it there because we've got the washing line pole right here, and that will kind of stop me going into that. I'm not sure, but that is for another time. I'm not worrying about that now. I would like to get these filled, but that's not so bad on a hot day to deal with. Let's give you a view from another area. So not tidied away anything yet. That is where they are. As I say, where the wheelbarrow is, the very front, the wheelbarrow by the wheel, that might be where I'll put that last one. The very front wheel. And there, the very front of the wheelbarrow where the tyre is, might be where I put the last one. I can get round the side and the back of it if I put it there. Or that space there, as long as I've got enough space to walk around it, which I will have to get to the trough and the cisterns over there. Let me know in the comments which side do you think is best. Let's call it orange tree side or washing line side. And as I say, the other one, this is cut from the apple orchard, same as that one. This was what was growing in the chimney pot, and the chimney pot had a massive crack completely down it, so I dug up all the tyres in the apple orchard because I just didn't want them there anymore, and I put that there and put the chimney plant in it. And this was, they were all single tyres in the apple orchard, so I piled two up there, and there's two there. So that's going to go in front of that pipe that's in front of the wheelbarrow. It will just fit in front of that water pipe this side. I can move that water pipe slightly along. So as you see, there will be plenty of room to still push the wheelbarrow through. As I say, no more liner. another day, that's fine sitting there. This is where I'm thinking about putting the troughs. I might just put those in there out the way for now as well. That's quite a work in progress area. So that is my update on my big job. Colin. So collecting radish seeds. Just from this one radish you can see all the stems, all the branches from it, and just from that one it makes amazing compost. And here's even more left to do from my giant radish. Okay, possible change of plan already, just because I don't want these all squishy squash. That's good as it is. And instead of putting it right here where I was going to put that other one, I thought, well, what if I bring the one that I didn't know where to put on which end there, the other one behind it, which makes more sense of this other one being there. So I think that could look quite nice. Possibly I'm going to do flowers in here, in these ones, seeing as there's flowers there, because I do want to extend my flower repertoire. I don't know. And as I say, still room here for the 4 troughs. I think I'm going to put side on down that bit. Plan sorted, I think, for now. We can always change plans. Chasing a butterfly. I spy the first yellow melon of the season. The ones I've transplanted are coming along well. Peppers, lots of peppers starting to grow on there. These are the new ones from this year, new pepper plants. Do a little update on the cucumber plant. Little update on the cucumber plant. To harvest that big boy. As I said before, I'm leaving the last few artichokes to go to flower. This is how they start, to go to flower, but then in the end all this goes and it's just a really big blossom. This was my corn salad that I grew for the first time this year. I don't think I gave you an update on that. There's 2 tubs of that. And I spy the first jalapeno, or jalapeno as some of you say. That's coming there. That's going to be a big boy as well. It's a big one. That's my pomelo tree. It's liking that position now. And my flowers from my workaway Stephanie. They're coming up nicely. So these I'm going to keep now as just soil, although I have got some more to use of these, hence the open ones. But this is where I've got now. I've actually put more lining inside the tyre, inside the rim of all the bottom ones, and then a double high durable bag in each one. Haven't finished filling them up because of course if I want to plant in them I don't want to have to dig everything out again. So there's those, and I will do the same again when I want old pool lining would actually be the best for that, but that is another day. So I've got that first one planted now. This is a big red chilli. They are really huge chilies, and that was in the cookout. So I've moved that up here. So these are all going to be chilies. I've got here 2 jalapeno or jalapeno, depending on what country you're from, how you say it. I've got 2 of those I've been growing in my nursery, and they will go in the next 2. And then I've also planted out, this is like a yellow icicle type pepper. It's the only one I've got, and this was in the raised bed with the tomatoes. Now it's been in there a long time. It doesn't die, but it doesn't really grow either. So I've moved that over here. So these are all types of peppers now, because the 2 I already had were 2 types of peppers and chilies. I think this is a pepper, and I think this is a red chilli. I have this deal that was in the nursery area. I revived it from a close death, but as you see the soil goes really dry in here, and I know they're self-seeding, so I got a bit more chance to blow the seeds in the tyre and around this area. And I've got another deal, I've got another one still on the patio, but this one was on the patio, and because it's coming into the season of them going into flower, I'm going to keep pulling the flowers off the other one, not let it flower, and let this one flower. And I will put that in this tile. Over this side I've put the rosemary that was over this area by the cisterns in a bucket, so I've put that there. I was trying to think what to put with the plant. I didn't want anything foody as such there. I wanted something a bit more floral. And in here I've now got 2 deal. I've now lined up the 4 troughs. I've got to fill those. I'm going to leave 2 with, they do have drainage holes in. 2 I'm going to leave with drainage holes, and I'm going to be doing the drainage holes. These front 2 I'm going to do some oregano or oregano for the Americans, and also I've got some sage seeds, so I'm going to give that a go. I know these 2 are quite temperamental to grow from seed, but I did grow some oregano before, so I'm going to try that again in one and the sage in the other. They both need a lot of drainage and not much water, so as it's so sunny over this area, that's perfect. And then the back ones, they're all different sizes, so they're not exactly aligned, but this big one this side I'm going to do mint. I'm going to transplant some mint from the mint I've already grown, and the one behind it, these 2 I'm going to actually put plastic in the bottom to keep them moist. I'm going to do some garlic from the garlic I've already grown, so they will go in those 2. So I've finally sorted, and now that means this area is more contained for growing. Maybe I'll keep some water bottles in here, maybe not. but we will see. The thing about gardening is you're always evolving, always starting new things. Try something new today and tell me in the comments what you don't grow yet but you would like to try and grow. Do give it a go. I grow things I'm not supposed to be able to grow here. Some are successful, some are not, but give it a go. And don't think the first time you grow something, oh, it didn't grow, it won't work. Try a different area or a different growing method and you will be surprised.